Hi everyone, this is your Toronto Tamil couple. In this video, we are going to see day one of your work permit in Canada. That means like you have like traveled to Canada and you have landed in Canada at the airport and it's day one for you. So what are the things that you need to know, what you are going to do on day one, and what are the procedures that are going to follow from day 1 to 2 weeks are going to come in the series of videos from here. So after you landed in Canada, as you are a work permit holder, suppose you are traveling single or like you are traveling with dependent, you have to go and meet the immigration officer. So for visitors alone who are traveling, they can just enter the information in a kiosk and can go back. But for work permit holders, you have to stand in a line and you have to meet the immigration officers. So generally, all the documents that you carry might have already been told by your employer. There will be immigration team, so you can collect all the documents that they have said with you. You can take all the originals with you, all the education documents with you. On top of that, now it is COVID time, so you have to have the RT-PCR test with you as well, and also the ArriveCan app that you need to fill out. You can fill all these details and keep it ready. Once you go and meet the officers, it differs from case to case depending upon which officers you meet. So they will read through all your documents and they have to provide you a stamping document or the TRV document. That is the work permit document that you will receive, that is needed for you to like apply for all the other things that we are going to talk about. So get your closed work permit document. If you have applied open work permit for your spouse, then you have to tell them like you are on a closed work permit and she will be getting a job as soon as possible here, and he or she will be looking for opportunities, and you have to convince the immigration officer that you will go back once your work permit is expired. And if you have kids with you, then you get the accordingly the study permits for them as well. Make sure that you have all these documents when you leave the airport. There was one particular case in my experience wherein like we were like given only 6 months of validity for my wife. That is because like I applied a visitor visa for her, a dependent visa. So once we went there, she was pregnant. Okay, so the officer asked us like whether we have travel insurance or the insurance is covered by the employer. So generally an employer gives you 7 days of insurance from the day you start and you come to Canada. So that is not sufficient because it does not describe you like whether it covers the pregnancy and everything. Though each of the big organizations covers their employers with respect to insurance, you do not get that document when you travel. Only when you come into Canada, you will be able to apply for that insurance and get it. So we were not able to convince the officer. So what he did is like he only gave 6 months validity for my wife. So we have to again apply for her extension after 6 months. So to avoid all these things, that's why like we put in our first video to make sure that you apply for an open work permit, which in case like make sure that your wife will also work and like she will be having the required insurance, and the immigration officer will be confident enough to give you the full validity. There is another tip that we talked about. If your passport is like less than even though if your work permit is valid for 2 years, based on the passport expiry date, the immigration officer will give you the required date in the work permit document. So your passports will be sealed, so you have to give the passports to the immigration officers. So the immigration officer will make a stamping on that with the date that you entered, and that you have to carry it with you when you leave the airport. So this is what happens at day one. So generally when you like travel with the big organizations like TechM, Cognizant, HCL, TCS, Infosys, they give you like 2 weeks of stay in a hotel. So you can like take a cab from airport and go to your hotel and like stay there. On day 1 to day 14, we are going to have a series of steps that you have to like make sure that you follow. So the first thing will be like you have to apply for a SIN number. The second thing would be like to do a house hunt. You have to like find a house for yourself and your dependents if they are. Make sure that you get the lease document. And the third thing that you'll be doing is like applying for the OHIP. And the fourth thing that you have to do is like opening bank account. And this goes on with a lot of steps. once you step into Canada. All these things that you have to like make sure that you complete them will be like captured or like elaborated in the series of videos that is going to come in detail one by one. Hope you find this video informational. Take care. Happy landing in Canada. Keep in touch with us. Subscribe to our channel and like our content if it is very useful to you. Take care. Bye bye. This is your Toronto Tamil couple.